Hi guys! I just wanted to say that if you or someone you know is going through the same experience I am through this health condition, cancer, then I wanted to share some important information with you, and that is, it is my experience that they don't volunteer any information to you. They don't volunteer any advice. I actually, after I logged into my online portal, my health portal, found out that a lot of components in my blood were messed up, and there was no way for me to know what that was, what that meant, if there was a way to fix it, until I did my own research. So I literally had to Google everything. I literally had to look up what everything was, what caused it, what could be done about it. And so I have a very high red blood cell count right now. I have high glucose count, even though I'm not eating any sugars. Apparently I have two things wrong in my blood caused by dehydration, which I had no idea about. The doctor didn't discuss it with me. The nurse didn't discuss it with me. Nobody called me. So I'm going to be making sure that I drink a lot of extra water. And I'm going to be putting a little bit of organic Bragg's vinegar in my water and lemon juice in my water. And so I'm going to start to drink, an 8-ounce glass of water, probably 4, maybe 5 times a day. Because normally I only drink 1 to 2 glasses of water. But I will also have a cup or two of tea, which apparently is not enough for my body. I've always been like that. I've always kind of avoided a lot of liquids. I'm not really a big drinker. But my blood is having a problem right now, and most of it is caused by the cancer, I think. That was my understanding from what I was researching. So I'm prone to blood clots at this point because I have such a high level of red blood cells. So there really wasn't a lot of advice on how to increase white cells over blood or over red, but it did say that I needed a good amount of protein, which I don't really eat a lot of protein. So I'm going to increase that. I'm going to get some good organic halal or kosher meat that's been grass-fed and taken care of properly. So halal and kosher means that the animal was cared for properly and killed properly, so it didn't have stress hormones going through its body, because you don't want to eat that kind of meat, right? So I will eat some meat. I'll try to find different ways to improve my protein. I do kind of like peanut butter a little bit and nut butters, so I'll eat more of those and nuts. Anyway, I had 5 things that were wrong with my blood. So high glucose, high red blood cells, 2 things that were causing dehydration, and another component regarding my liver and kidneys with red blood cells. So it was actually decreasing the oxygen level in my body. So I guess I have a decreased oxygen level inside my body. So I'm going to work on those things myself because I'm not getting any help from the medical professionals. And they didn't even bother to tell me. I just had to do an online check-in. That was the only way for me to check in. I had to do a pre-check-in for my nurse's telephone call, that they go over this stuff before surgery. Are you stopping your vitamin E and all that kind of thing? They want to make sure that you're getting prepared for the surgery 2 weeks down the line. So when I had to log in, I saw, oh, there's a couple of messages in here that have exclamation points, or there's a couple of test results that have exclamation points. So I'm going down them on all these lists, and they're like, risk, high, and all these things, and I'm like, well, this doesn't even make any sense. I don't know what this means. So literally had to spend about 30 or 40 minutes today looking everything up, finding out what it was, what the levels should be, what does it mean, what causes it, and how can I maybe help myself. So I think this information is important for everyone because our medical teams, however good and well-intentioned and busy they are letting really important facts drop through the cracks that people, I mean, you can't just say, okay, we're going to give you surgery, but we're not going to take care of you before that so that you're in good health when you get to surgery, or we're not going to let you know certain things about what's happening in your body that you might be able to fix so that you'll continue to be healthier. But that's what's happening, you guys. That's what's happening. So it's important for you guys to know this. Also, I found out that there was a note and a test result in there from 2017 from my endocrinologist, which I never got a phone call for. I never knew that there was a test result to be looking for. I never got a letter. And what it said was that my thyroid function was going towards Hashimoto's, which means like it's not producing enough of a certain hormone for your body. So she had said she was gonna get me a prescription for that, but of course I never got the prescription from 2017 until now because I never got the information, right? And so this medicine was supposed to actually reduce the tumor on my thyroid. Nice, huh? So regardless of whether you have a health condition like mine, which is, you know, I have cancer in my uterus, where I carry babies, and thyroid tumors, right? So regardless of what your health condition is, everybody be warned that you have to take things into your own hands. You have to do your own research. You have to be proactive. I'm going to have to call on Monday and request that medication for my thyroid. I had to do my own research and request the progesterone for my cancer. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. It's shameful. It's disgusting. It's disappointing that in the 21st century, when we have all of this technology and all of this money, and governments can't tell me they don't have money because they dump billions and trillions of dollars into space programs, the war machine, they give it to other countries, all of that, but they don't take care of us, the people that have elected them, the people that pay them with our taxes, and our family's taxes, and our neighbors' taxes, and our friends' taxes. They take our money and use it for their own greedy purposes instead of taking care of us as a whole community, a whole world, a whole people, right? Nobody should be spending money on space programs and war machines when they have children that are sick and obese and getting their teeth pulled out at the age of 8 or 9 because they're being pumped full of garbage and chemicals in the food and sugar in every single product that you buy. And people that are waiting months to get cancer surgeries, and, you know, schools that are not providing basic life skills and communication skills and community skills to the children we're sending to those schools. And there's potholes in every road. And we're having an increase in traffic deaths by 25%. Because why? And I just found out that the all-cause death percentage has risen by 40% in this country, in America. Why is that? You know, nobody has any right to dump money into wars and space programs when they can't take care of their own people. when they can't make sure everyone has access to affordable food, transportation, gasoline, housing, and things like that. Every family should be able to afford a home before their children grow up. Every student should be able to have access to affordable education without having to be a slave to the system to pay off the large debt that they incurred. And because they have a large debt that they incurred, they can't even ever buy a home. How is that right? It's not right. I'm really disappointed in the medical system. I knew it was bad in this country, but I didn't know how bad it was. And I know it's bad in a lot of other countries too, but there's no excuse for America to have a healthcare system like this. So I'm sorry, you guys, if this seems like a rant, but really it is kind of a rant because I don't appreciate evil and I don't appreciate anybody not caring for another person and not making sure that everybody has their needs met when there's the ability to do that. And we have the ability to do that. There's no excuse why everyone can't have a good, healthy life and have the education that they need from all aspects and have a comfortable home to live in. It's all about greed. It's all about power and greed and keeping people under control under certain other people. So why I'm saying this today, you guys, is because I want you to be well aware that you have to question everything. You have to read every label. We have to do our own research when it comes to our health. And if we have a health condition or blood work done or testing or anything like that, we have to be proactive in saving ourselves. We have to be proactive in finding out what were the results and how does that affect me and what can I do for myself to help myself, right? Because in helping ourselves, we also help our loved ones, because our loved ones, you know, don't want to have the burden of trying to figure out our death situation, and that's costly, and what do they do, and do they have to go through probate, and is the government trying to take their share of somebody's death, you know, and how much is it going to cost for a funeral, and then they're grieving the loss of their loved one, right? And then there's all the stuff. We acquire a lot of stuff in our lives, and then if we're no longer there, the burden of all those objects goes to the people that just lost us, and they have to figure out what to do with all that stuff, and it takes their time and their energy, right? I've been actually trying really hard to scale down on my stuff. I was trying to get rid of things out of my storage unit, and so far I haven't accomplished a lot, but at least I'm trying. And I'm hoping to have enough energy to go out there and try again on Monday. Anyway, I just wanted to put this out there, you guys. I know this is not a travel video or anything, and it's not, I guess, the funnest thing to talk about, but it affects all of us. It affects us, our parents, our brothers, our sisters, our children, our best friends, our neighbors, our co-workers. And so it is important to know all of this, right? And since I'm going through it right now, I can share with you what I'm discovering, what I'm finding out. Yesterday and the day before that wasn't feeling as good or as energetic as I could have been, and I was bleeding and things like that. But on the last couple of days, I'd also been eating a little bit of gluten, tiny bit of sugar, and I wasn't doing my whole fasting routine. I was just kind of like having a little bit when I got hungry throughout the day for 2 days. That was a mistake. So I have to tell you guys, because this is important also, if you're having a health condition that is similar to mine, or maybe like mine, you might want to consider fasting, because I have really noticed that when I do that, my body starts to feel better. I have less symptoms, less bleeding, less discharge, more energy. it's like my body is having a chance to kind of rest, and it's not spending its energy trying to digest things. And it's like it's giving my body the ability to use its energy to attack when it needs to be attacking, which is the cells that are hurting my body, right? So I wanted you to know that because right now today I am on hour 22 or 23 of a 24 to 48 hour fast. And at hour 22 or 23, because I don't see a clock around here anywhere, even before this hour, I started to feel so much better. All bleeding stopped again. I am not touching any more sugar, no more dairy, no more gluten. I need to get into the routine of getting good recipes, having food available that doesn't contain any of that. Oh, I gotta tell you something really important too, you guys. Okay, this Ester C, I was so happy that I found this, so happy, because it says, 24 hours, it puts it through your body for 24 hours, the vitamin C, and helps with blood cells, white blood cells. And it says on here in capital letters, no sugar, right? No gluten, no sugar, none of that. Well, to my disappointment and my dismay, Ester C is deceiving all of us. Now, the vitamin C is probably really good for us, but they put maltodextrin in here, you guys. Maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is a form of sugar that the FDA approved and let slide through without being categorized as sugar. But it has the exact same effect on your body and your health as sugar does. And they have put it in here and told us that they have no sugar in here, and it has maltodextrin in it. Why they would even put maltodextrin in it at all is beyond me. But they know full well that people that are getting this are looking for something serious as far as the vitamin C. So they're putting, oh, no gluten and no sugar, all of this in big words. But they know full well that they're deceiving us because they're putting maltodextrin in it. So I just thought I'd let you know this, you guys. I have to go out searching for a different vitamin C. 2 weeks before surgery, you're not supposed to have any vitamin E. So I can't use either one of these vitamin C's. So I'm having to go back out and look for a new vitamin C. And actually, a friend of mine, his wife, we had this phone conversation about the healthcare system and all of this and the alternative methods for treatment and stuff. And she uses sea salts. Sea salts. It's called C and then just the vitamin C and then salts. And you can buy them online. So she recommended me to get those, so I'm going to look for those. Anyway, you guys, this has been almost 20 minutes. You're probably bored and logged off already. Sorry. I love you guys. I really want to tell you that I appreciate all your support, all your wonderful messages, and there's a couple of you that really, care a lot, and they've helped me a little bit, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate all your wonderful support. So thanks a lot, guys. I'm hoping I get through this and that I get on my way to do real travel videos again, which has been a long time coming because of the pandemic and then now this situation. So I love you guys. Thank you for your prayers. Bye.